Ladies and gentlemen, all my non-binary clients, your relationship with me is only transactional, and today we're going to be discussing what I hope to see in Marvel Rivals Season 6, along with my concerns and hype around Deadpool. Now, I ain't gonna lie, Season 5 was a snooze fest. This is the only season I didn't even play. This is the only season I finished in bronze, which is shocking because even in Season 4 I got the gold before dipping out. Season 5 just could not hold my interest and was a major letdown for me. But Season 6 looks very promising to me and many other comp players. The only problem I see myself having with this season is, well, my rank partner Ash is shipping out for the army, so wishing the best of luck in the comments, guys. Other than that, I just hope that this season brings something more vibrant, something more, what's the word, something that stands out. The map they showcased in the Marvel Rivals showcase, I think looks awesome, and I love the design of it. And before I go any further with the new stuff coming in Season 6, Resource Rumble will be removed from Quick Play. We truly are blessed, fellas. Going over to the main star of this season, Deadpool, I wholeheartedly believe without a shadow of doubt that Deadpool will be the most insta-locked character in hero shooter history, at least for the foreseeable future, which is partly why I love the fact that he is available to play as all three roles in the game. Which does make me ask, does that mean you can have up to 3 Deadpools per game? Does that mean you can just have one Deadpool in a game for one role? Or maybe by the time I make this video, it's made irrelevant by Flats or J3. Aside from that, what they showed in his main kit looks fairly balanced. He doesn't look like he'll become too overpowered like the next server admin or the next throw pick. I think that where he is in the trailer looks fine, but we won't know until we see him in practice, lest we have another Blade incident. That was tragic, dude. I was so hyped for Blade, and God, the butcher. The only thing that got cut was him. I think it's super hilarious that Deadpool can punish you for not having good aim. But I also think it's really funny that characters that are reliant on really accurate aim, like say Hawkeye, Punisher, and Hela, could be majorly affected by Deadpool. But it does make me ask the question, how does this affect characters like Scarlet Witch and Cloak and Dagger who have auto attacks? How does this affect characters such as Captain America, Thing, and the Hulk, melee characters? Does this mean that for, say, Scarlet Witch, you'd have to have your crosshair on him rather than just being able to auto-lock on? Or does this mean that Scarlet Witch, Cloak and Dagger, and any other lock-on characters in the foreseeable future could just ignore that? And speaking of his kit, when we go over to his Vanguard kit, and that's the part I'm mostly excited about, his unicorn plushie. Brother. This is Winston. We have Winston in the game. While Hulk has the movement of Winston, we have Winston's shield back, and I think that's kind of funny. The way his shield seems to work is that any damage dealt by opponents going in or out of the shield is blocked entirely, as shown with the Iron Man. I think it could be a really good counter to, say, a turret Punisher on point. Deadpool could just throw a shield on point, blocking Punisher. I think it could also be really good for stationary ults like Hela, but we don't even know if that can affect Hela's ult or any of the other abilities in the game. Going over to his duelist side of things, I think he looks fun. He just looks fun, right? He looks fun because he seems to be a mockery of most of the characters in the game, which fits in with this character so well. For example, his duelist ultimate, being able to use it over and over again, I think is really funny. And brother, come on. I know that voice line. The only role I didn't really check out was the strategist side of things, but I'm glad the healing gun is something they actually went forward, and I think that's furthermore hilarious. I even think his support ultimate, Here's my thing with support ultimates, right? They're either really good or really underwhelming, right? Most of the support ults in the game right now are really, really good. Cloak and Dagger, especially. Server admin Luna Snow. Even Mantis gets a lot of utilization. And I think that's duly because of Season 5's support meta. And as a dive tank player, Venom, it kind of just made things way too stretched out. It made games just last forever. So I'm just hoping that with this support ult, it doesn't just stall out a game further. I'm just hoping that it's nothing like Luna Snow. You hold down a point and it's basically who gets their ult up first wins. Overall, I think Deadpool looks like a fairly balanced hero, and I'm kind of excited to see who they bring into season 6.6. So what do I want to see in season 6? I want to see more and more tank buffs, surprisingly. I want to see more and more diversity between tank players, aside from Magneto being played every season and being the best tank every season. I want some sort of change to Magneto. Maybe nerf him to get, say, Strange more involved. I want to be able to play as Hulk again. And I haven't seen any of the changes they're going to be making to certain heroes, as this literally just happened last night at the time of me recording this. I also hope to see that more and more other duelist characters. I think duelists right now are... Hold on, let me restart that statement. I think duelists are in a really good spot right now. I think that there's not an objectively best DPS, because right now, even with all the server admins, there is a nice little triangle that we can kind of like counter pick, right? And I don't like counter picking. I think you should be able to play whatever you like, even if counter picking is a viable strategy. Overwatch tournament. I think that most duelists in the game can be countered by each other. And I think that duelists in the game, I think what most players have started to realize is that no matter how big their ego is, duelists will forever be inventory that's just disposable. As a tank player, I am finally glad that we are no longer hating each other before playing the game. Now, as far as support changes go, I think support ults are way too quick. I think they go online way too fast and they stay online way too long. I think Cloak and Daggers needs to take a wee bit longer. I think Luna Snow needs a hard nerf to her ultimate. And I'm not talking like what it does. I'm just talking how long it gets to get online. I think it should take longer to get a support ult online than it should be to get a DPS ult online. Because duelist ults right now, I think are in a pretty fine spot. I think that support ults go online way too quick before you can even play the game. There are some games I've had where Luna gets her ult before my Hawkeye. There are also some times where Cloak and Dagger will get her ult before even Punisher. And you can say the same thing about, say, characters like Moon Knight and even Scarlet Witch, right? Squirrel Girl, I think also maybe gets her ult a wee bit too fast, but I think is nowhere near as long as Cloak and Dagger or Luna or even Mantis. Gambit, I can't really say anything for Gambit because I haven't played with Gambit much. I haven't played against many Gambits because, well, I haven't been on much this season, but it does not mean I've been oblivious to say that Gambit's a popular pick, and I think he's a great support character, and I think his ult is fine the way it is. But who knows? Maybe by the time I make this video, that's when all the hero changes will be like on a spreadsheet, and I'll just be called dumb or many other things. But if you guys like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, comment down what you'd like to see, and until next time, guys, bye bye.